Radio.
Good morning and welcome to Coffee Ann, the longest running panel discussion show in American radio. To make a comment or ask a question of the panel, call 401-766-1240 or email coffee@woonsocketradio.com. And now, let's join the Coffee Ann panel.
It is Coffee Ann here on ON, AM, and FM. Thanks for joining us. Coffee Ann time on this Tuesday morning. It's December 20th. We're getting closer and closer to Christmas. All right, this is Joe Callahan here with Linda Tebow. Hi, Linda.
Good morning.
Nice to have you here with us. Ed
Nice
Carew
to
is
be
here
here.
as well from the Carew Investment Group. Hi, Ed.
Hello there.
And I got something funny to say to Ed in just a minute. But first,
Okay.
it's time for a first message from the Carew Investment Group. So we'll let Ed ponder that as he reads us his commercial. What in the world is going to say?
I'll probably mess up my commercial. All right, thanks, Joe. Good morning, everyone. Ed Carew here of the Carew Investment Group, 68 Cumberland Street in Woonsocket. Our telephone number is 765-8880. At the Carew Investment Group, we offer personal management of client investment accounts. Depending on what you're looking for, we can create a portfolio to provide you with current income, invest for growth for the future, and of course our primary focus, which is managing retirement money from client rollovers of their 401k plan after they leave the workforce. Whatever your goals are, we can put together a program to assist you. And remember, I've been in the business of investing for clients just like you for over 35 years. So give me a call at 765-8880. Securities are offered through Bolton Global Capital, member FINRA. I told you I'd mess it up. Member FINRA and
Very
SIPC.
concerned.
Advisory services offered through Bolton Global Asset Management, a registered investment advisor.
All right, Linda, how often do we say Ed Carew is wrong?
Never.
Never is right, but now we get to say it.
Okay.
Really?
what-
Yes.
No
why?
way.
What
We
do
we asked Ed, I think it was 2 weeks ago, Ed, it looks like the Fed's going to raise the interest rate. And
Yeah.
you sat here and you said, yes, you thought they would,
Yeah.
and they would raise it 3/4 of a point.
No, I said
And
half
you-
a point.
No, you said, Linda, what did he say?
Wait a minute now. Don't
I
beat up on the sponsor. He's paying to be here.
I thought for sure you said they were going to raise it 3/4 of a point, and then when they raised it half a point, I went, whoo, Ed was wrong. Not by much, but
Go find the tape from last
I'm
week.
gonna no, not last week. It was 2 weeks ago,
Well, find
I
it.
think.
It's all on the
I'm
web.
pre-
It's all on the
I
web,
know.
Joe. You
I'm
see,
pretty
this is
su-
2022.
I'm going by my memory. I didn't have time to go
At
back and
some
look at
point in the
Yes.
past,
Yeah.
I may have said it could be three-quarters of
Three-quarters.
a point,
Okay.
but
Yeah.
we're expecting half.
it. Half a point. Oh, okay.
Okay.
I mean, the numbers change. You know, when the data changes,
Well, right. Yeah.
I
The
changed my mind.
circumstances
Sure.
change,
Yeah.
Yeah,
You have to.
Yeah, exactly. What do you do, sir?
I
When
throw,
the facts change, what do you do, sir?
I throw it backwards to Mac Jones.
Oh,
He's going to
yeah.
take the ball.
Yeah, really. Oh, I don't throw it to Mac Jones. I know better.
You take a knee.
Yeah, take a knee is right. All right, so maybe you were right then, Ed. Okay, so anyway, Dave Richards has joined us here at the Coffee and Table because he's got some Milk Fund donations he would like to tell us about.
We do. And I'm going to keep this one for myself and hand these off to our contestants on either side of me, like Ellen Ludden used to
What am
do
I
on
trying to win?
Password.
I'm going to try to guess the password. Here we go.
Yeah. We have gifts to the Milk Fund that we want to acknowledge on Coffee Ann here before they appear in the newspaper. Ed, what did I give you?
Yeah, you gave me a check from St. Agatha's Senior Citizens for $50.
Thank you, St. Agatha's.
Very
we
good.
don't have the bells out. Oh, well. Ding, 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 ding.
Hooray, hooray.
And Linda, I gave you one, someone that you'd know.
For $75. And it's, I don't read your writing. Is that the
From former North Smithfield Fire Chief.
chief? Oh, Joel. Yeah.
No.
Oh,
Another former
oh.
North Smithfield Fire Chief,
Oh,
Craig Beausoleil.
Greg Beausoleil in memory of
His devoted friends and relatives.
Oh, okay.
$75, huh?
$75. Well, thank you very much. That's wonderful.
All
You
right,
do
great.
remember Mr. Beausoleil, don't you?
Of course
Chief
I do.
Beausoleil? Okay.
Of course
I
I
thought
do.
you would. That's why you got that
Oh,
one.
I'm sorry.
It was the handwriting
I
that threw her,
couldn't
folks.
sing.
The handwriting that threw her. All right.
What do you
and,
got, David?
And I have one here, and not to dwarf anyone else, but this is something that happens every year, and we must acknowledge it on the radio because we acknowledge all of our nice donations this way. It's a check in my hand from the Rhode Island Foundation, which manages a legacy gift to the Milk Fund. When someone passed away, they put a legacy gift together, and the Rhode Island Foundation manages it and invests it, and it grows, and it seems that the gift gets higher and higher all the time. This is from the Hemingway Hamlin Family Fund, and it's the annual gift. And this year, it's for $5,964.
Wow.
Wow.
That's
great.
fantastic.
Isn't that something?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really something. And so once again, we are very appreciative, and we've been receiving this one for, I'm thinking 20 years, although they do tend to melt into the distance there. But for a long, long time, the Hemingway Hamlin Family Fund, thank you very much for the $5,964 to the Milk Fund and your annual legacy gift. And we'll be putting that right in the Old Navigant Credit Union today and buy milk for people next year with it. We do appreciate it. So with that, let's see, we had 20-something, 22,000 plus that. So we're nearing 30,000 with our gifts today.
Fantastic.
On our way to 60,000. Thanks for the time, Joe.
All right.
And we'll get back to the show.
Thanks, Dave. Much appreciated. So just keeping it with there must be something in the water with the New England Patriots, because not only do they play bad,
He's
now
bugged by the
now I am now two former New England Patriots players have been arrested in separate incidents.
McGinnis.
Yeah.
One is Willie McGinnis, was arrested. Well, he actually turned himself in. Something happened earlier this month at a nightclub in Hollywood, but he's been charged with assault with a deadly weapon. Now, they don't say what the deadly weapon is, and they don't say what has actually. This is weird. With both cases, they're not giving out too much information other than, yes, they've been arrested. Here's what Willie McGinnis was charged with. He's currently an analyst with either ESPN or NFL Today or something like that. And they haven't said what they're going to do with him, but he actually turned himself in when they found out they were looking for him. So we'll see if he gets. Haven't heard his side of the story, of course, on this. The other is a former New England Patriots player. His name is J.C. Jackson. He now plays for the Chargers. Mm-hmm. He is currently, although hurt. He got hurt in week 7, so he's actually not playing right now. But he was booked in Fall River on what is called a nonviolent family issue. What in the world is that?
Non-violent, yeah.
So why be if it's not violent? What's the issue?
Oh, maybe a restraining order that
He went against.
went against.
Okay. I don't know, and that's all they're saying.
Yeah.
But this happened, but it happened in Massachusetts because he was arraigned. Was he booked Monday afternoon at the Bristol County, Massachusetts jail, which is down in Fall River, for the alleged nonviolent family issue. So, something must be in the water.
Wow.
up there in Foxborough. I don't know. I was both times read that yesterday and went, oh no. First of all, not Big Mac. I like Willie McGinnis.
Yeah, he was awesome.
But it's also one of those deals where he's out having a good time, and Ed, you must have seen this out in your playing days, not football playing days.
I don't remember that. Wow.
It's concussion.
in your
Yeah, really.
in your rock and roll playing days.
Yeah.
Where someone, and this happens amongst the guys mostly. Someone bumps into another guy, and now there's a fight.
Yeah.
And so you have seen it, and so I'm wondering if this is what happened. He's out at a nightclub, if you've never seen Willie McGinnis in person, he's a huge man.
Yeah, he was the
called,
weapon. He's the
called
weapon.
Big Mac for a
Yeah,
reason.
yeah.
But when other men, get a few drinks in them, they think they can take on the world. And, you're not so tough, and like that. And you're playing days with 10 years ago, so you've obviously gotten weaker. So I could take you on. No, and so maybe he's just defending himself.
Yeah.
I hope it's something
Yeah.
like that. The deadly weapon could certainly be his foot or his hands.
Or him.
Or just
Oh,
him,
he's so
as
big,
opposed
yeah.
to like a real weapon.
Yeah,
I hope a
right.
weapon's not involved. I think
Yeah.
they would have told you if a weapon was involved, but
Yeah.
it's not. I just wonder what the deadly weapon. Well, they do say deadly weapon, so I just don't know. Don't know what it is just yet. So, so I'm waiting for more facts to come out. But I felt the actual same way. This had to be 5-7 years ago. Remember when the police raided Aaron Hernandez's house
Yeah.
in North Attleboro? And I was the same way.
Yeah.
Please don't find anything.
Yeah.
because I thought he was actually a better tight end than Rob Gronkowski.
Yeah.
I go, this guy's got more talent. He's faster, and than Gronk. Although Gronk turned into a much better player. And when they rated this out, I said, "Oh, please don't be anything, please." And then, oh my God, what it turned into was just unbelievable. But I hope this doesn't turn into something like that.
Yeah.
So. I mean, I think that's it for the Patriots. Unless you want to lament the fact of how awful that was on
No.
Sunday.
We all agree it was pretty awful.
It was pretty awful. So,
Embarrassing.
and other words like that.
Yeah.
All right, other things that are going on newsworthy wise. It's never good when there's a fire at a prison because they just don't start. Poof. You never hear, oh, it was an electrical issue. No, it usually means someone has started it. And now they're not saying too much. And this happened at the Wyatt Detention Center. It's in Central Falls. A correctional officer and 2 inmates had to go to the hospital. They had smoke inhalation from a fire on Monday afternoon. Officials say the fire was contained to one cell and was quickly extinguished. And the incident is under review. So what does that tell you? It sounds like they started it.
Well,
Sounds that way.
It does.
Especially
Now,
one
how?
cell. It was just one cell.
One cell, 2
Yeah.
inmates.
Yeah.
Now, are they angry with each other? Possibly. Or did they plan it? And maybe one was a Boy Scout. You know, if we we collected some wood. I don't know from where. And they're rubbing it. Come on. They're rubbing it together, trying to create a spark. Or did they have something else that could create a spark and start a fire?
They must have an electrical outlet in there somewhere that you could short if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Do they have electrical outlets?
Don't they have lights?
They
Don't they have a
might.
TV?
Well, they have lights, but usually the lights are up above.
Yeah, what about the TV?
Do they
Is there
have
a
TVs
is there a
in their
TV in every
cell?
cell?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I hope not.
I haven't been incarcerated lately. I don't remember. I think some
A
do.
radio? I mean, they must have something. I don't know. Maybe not.
I don't know. But they you're right about a light bulb, and you could always unscrew it, I guess,
Yeah.
and fiddle around with the electrical works up in the ceiling. I'm sure you could reach it. But is there an outlet like you see on your wall?
That's what I'm thinking.
I don't know.
Maybe there isn't.
And we always crack jokes. That criminals are not the smartest group going, but some of them are, and some of them know what they're doing, and they know how to create things and manufacture weapons and things like that. So that you can't say, oh, they're just dumb and don't know, they can't figure these things out, but they can. So you gotta. Is it a way for them to just try to break out of the prison? Was it, hey, I just want to get out of this cell for a while. I don't care if it's smoke inhalation. Wait, we're going to go to the hospital for a few days and get more comfortable beds and get some decent food. It's going to be like a vacation. And so, they're willing to run the risk.
Perhaps.
Maybe. So, I don't know. So, they do say the incident is under review. We'll see what happens. Glad to see the correctional officer's okay. I wonder if that's the person that ran in with the fire extinguisher to put it out. And I wonder if they called the fire department to
I think
try to
on the
put
news
this
they
thing out.
said that they were able to put it out themselves.
On their own. Okay, so we'll see if anything else comes of that.
I wish you wouldn't say under review right after talking about the Patriots.
He was out of bounds too, by the way.
I know.
Yes, he was. That sure looked like it, huh?
Yes,
His toe was right on that white line. I saw that.
a quarter of his foot
Was on the white
was
line.
out of
Oh,
bounds,
bound.
and you could see when he dragged his foot.
Yes, you could.
You could see the trail and where it
Yeah.
started.
Yes,
Out of bounds.
that's right.
Don't get me started.
Okay, all right.
Move on.
All right, we're moving on. Next subject. Next subject is Ed Carew. Yes. Ed, it's time for a second message from the Carew Investment Group, please.
Okay, thanks again, Joe. Good morning again, everyone. Ed Carew here of the Carew Investment Group, 68 Cumberland Street in Woonsocket. Our telephone number is 765-8880. And if you're looking for an investment firm that puts you first and works hard on your behalf, I'd like you to consider us. We're right here in Woonsocket, and we've been in business since 1987. So you don't have to go out of town for an experienced advisor or work with an advisor based in Boston or New York or who knows where, probably someone you're never going to meet. And we encourage our clients to come to the office and sit down with us as often as they like. Why? Because we like to do business the old-fashioned way. We want to get to know you on a more personal basis so that we're more attuned to your financial needs. So if you're interested in speaking with us for a free no obligation consultation, find out more about how we invest your money, you can call me or Paul at 765-8880. Securities are offered through Bolton Global Capital, member FINRA and SIPC, and advisory services offered through Bolton Global Asset Management, a registered investment advisor.
Thanks, Ed. Comments and questions can be called in at 766-1240.
It's always a good time of year to shop at the Honey Shop at Park Square, Woonsocket, but now's the best time with special events all month long. If you're looking for some amazing gifts at affordable prices, stop by the Honey Shop. The shop is packed with hostess gifts, teachers' gifts, handcrafted jewelry, charcuterie boards with cheeses, sausage, crackers, dips and soup mixes, gift boxes with hot sauces, salsas, or barbecue sauce, body care products like lavender bath soak ornaments, seasonal fragranced items, essential and fragrance oils. They also have Himalayan salt lamps, chakra sage smudges, and holiday ornaments, customizable gift baskets and boxes. Stop by for affordably priced, locally crafted gifts at the Honey Shop, 1300 Park Avenue, Woonsocket, 766-1488. You know, when you're paying the right price for protection, you just know it. It's that warm, fuzzy, totally secure feeling, knowing that you're not only getting great coverage, but you're also not paying too much for it. And when it comes to your insurance, there's no one better at getting the right price for your protection than Allstate agents Kara and Celeste Benjamin, because they know when it comes to your bank account, every penny counts towards something bigger, something better. Like a nicer car, that home update you've been dreaming of, or a phone that's fresh out of the box. Those little or big things that we work so hard for. And Kara and Celeste Benjamin want to help you work a little less by getting you the coverage you need and the savings you deserve when you switch to Allstate. Contact Kara and Celeste Benjamin at the Benjamin Agency. One agency, two locations in North Smithfield and Bellingham. 765-5000 for a free quote today. Allstate, you're in good hands. And you're in good hands with Kara and Celeste Benjamin at the Benjamin Agency. Savings vary based on the average annual savings reported by new auto customers surveyed in 2019 who switched to Allstate.
The Coffee and Panel is enjoying coffee from Down East Coffee in Pawtucket. They're a 62-year-old family business that roasts all its coffee right here in Rhode Island. Founded originally as Excellent Coffee Company, they provide great coffee to food service establishments throughout New England.
ON Radio.
Okay, it's Coffee in here on ON, AM, and FM, and this is Joe Callahan here with Linda Tebow. Ed Cruz here as well, and I asked Ed this off air before we started. He can give us his answer again. That they're kicking it around again. Ed, government shutdown might be coming at the end of the year. It's like, oh, Ed, what do you think? They got to put things in place to make sure this doesn't happen. So he says both sides like to give in on these things. They don't like to give in, but they will, right?
Both sides will. Somebody will throw in some little perk that they want to have done, and and they'll say, "Oh, okay, well,
if you do this,
we'll do this," and we'll put all the pork in there,
and then to pull it out, right?
No, we'll put all the pork that we have we really like to have all these little things.
Yeah.
So if you put all those little things, we'll find a way to vote this in
and keep the government running.
Keep the government running. Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's hope so. Since we're on this right now, we'll go back to Ed for his Christmas time public service announcement, end of the year kind of thing, to remind people that what do they have to do, Ed? Mostly the ones that have retired.
Well, yeah, it is the ones that have retired. Yeah, you just want to make sure that you all have taken out your required minimum distributions from your IRAs or 401ks or 403bs, whatever type of retirement account that you have. If you're over 72, you have to take out a minimum distribution because the Internal Revenue has been letting you accumulate money tax deferred all through your working years up until age 72. If you haven't started yet, you have to start at this point. And the thing that always gets you is that if you don't take some money out when you're supposed to, you can be I don't want to say the word fined, but
penalized.
Penalized, right? Penalized up to 50% of what you should have taken out by the Internal Revenue. Wow. So if you're supposed to take out $4,000 and for whatever reason you forget to take it out,
Here's two.
bingo, you're going to get whacked for two. You can. I'm not going to say you will because I don't do the paperwork for the IRS, but you may be fined or penalized $2,000 for not taking the money out.
Do people ever give you reasons? I probably ask this every year. Do people give you reasons of why they don't take the distribution? Other than I forgot.
They forgot.
The only thing I can think of is that usually wherever you have an IRA gets in touch with you and says, hey, you got to take money out.
Right.
But sometimes they either forget, they don't return the paperwork, or the paperwork gets lost and never gets to the client. That happens. So I mean, all of our clients have gotten their distribution by now.
Okay.
But I had to send out a second notice
To some?
to some people.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wonder, do they ever think, well, I really don't need it. I'm living fine right now. Why can't I just keep that in the IRA
Well-
and have it collect interest?
You can't.
You just
thing.
can't.
That's why it's called a required minimum distribution.
right.
You have to take it.
It's a rule.
It's a rule.
Okay.
But it's not a huge
No.
amount that you have to take out. Usually.
Well, it
It's
depends
just a
on your age
yeah,
and the value of the
yeah,
account.
and the percent
it changes
of-
every year.
Yeah.
Because every year you get older,
Right.
and the value of the account changes on
Right.
December. It's based on the value of the account on December 31st of the previous year.
Yeah.
That's what you have to
Okay.
base it on. Oh, and then one more thing.
Yeah.
If you have an IRA, let's say you have one with us, and let's say you have one at a local bank,
Okay.
and maybe another one somewhere else, you don't have to take money from each one.
Oh.
You can find out how much you have to take in total, and you can take it out of only one place. That will satisfy the
satisfies
minimum
the government?
distribution.
And the IRS is okay with that?
Yep.
Okay. Interesting. All right, very good. Thanks for that information there, Ed. All right, this other story another thing just drives me nuts. Here in Woonsocket, CVS-based Woonsocket, they made a decision, and now there will be a limit on the amount of children's pain and fever medication that you can purchase at one time, and this goes nationwide. They have implemented a 2-product limit on all children's pain relief products. All right, I understand why they're doing it. I'm going to assume here that some people are abusing this system and they're grabbing up, 17 bottles of cough syrup for whatever reason and using it for bad purposes. But as the good adult, I hate being told, oh, you can only have 1 bottle of children's aspirin and one bottle of cough syrup. That's all you get.
I thought it was because there was a shortage.
Yes, there's a shortage.
There's
That's
a
the
shortage these days of amoxicillin and all because of all the
All the
respiratory
diseases
respiratory diseases with the children, the RSV. Yeah.
That sounds like a cop-out to me.
Well, it's not just CVS that's doing this.
All the pharmacies
Yeah.
are doing it.
Yeah,
Walgreens
Walgreens
is
is
doing
doing
it,
it,
and
Yeah.
the other, I can't think of the other names. like a Walmart, are they doing
I don't know
it too?
about Walmart. I haven't heard about Walmart, but no, they're saying that there is a shortage. They've been talking about it having a shortage for a
shortage.
while now.
Yeah.
But it's a shortage of pain medication.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
Why is there a shortage of it?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess it's
there's-
part because there are so many kids that are sick
That's
and have gotten sick
right.
over the last couple of months. There's a lot of illness out there.
Right. There is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The past couple of years, everybody was getting flu shots and COVID and this and that, and you were washing your hands, you had a mask, so
Right.
you weren't exposed to as many germs.
Yeah.
As-
And when you say pain med, many of those like the aspirin and things, that's to reduce fever. Not aspirin. You don't give aspirin to kids for fever anymore. But
Like a
but the
Tylenol.
Tylenols and all of those, because a lot of it, the kids' respiratory illness it's over the roof. The hospitals are seeing so many people, and absolutely, there are so many kids that are sick.
There's a new one that I had never
Yeah.
heard of until recently. It was RSV. or
RSV,
something
that's
like
been
that.
around
Yeah,
a
that's
while.
the new one.
That's been around a while because what are they calling it? a triple threat. You know, it's flu, it's the RSV, it's COVID, and when it hits little kids, you know, I mean, amoxicillin, and that's an antibiotic.
Yeah.
You know, so there's a shortage of that as well. So I think that's why.
Yeah.
All right. Now, what do you? There's a product at the like a CVS and a Walgreens. You have to show your ID in order to purchase. Is it over the counter medications?
A lot of over-the-counter
Yeah, a lot of
medications
them are,
that
yeah.
it depends on what they have in them. Sure.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
bugs me too.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and once again, it's people, stashing it away and
Yeah.
and using it for not what it's intended to be used.
That's right, but it's funny. You got to go show your ID to buy that over the counter. Yet, if you go pick up a prescription, they never ask to see your ID. They say, "What's your name?" And
Well, they also ask you your date of birth.
and your date of
Date of
birth.
birth
you
and,
know,
and where do
and
you
you're
live
usually
and your
already in the
address.
computer.
Yeah.
Well, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, you don't have to give the year when they ask your date of birth,
I don't know that that's.
because I've tried it.
You have, huh?
Yes,
Okay.
try it next time.
Wow.
Date of birth. Just give the year. Just give the year and not the year, day and the month.
But I think some of the meds that you go to pick up for a prescription, for instance, if you're picking up a narcotic, it best be you, the person. You need to show an ID and your license for that.
But all the times I've picked up prescriptions,
Yeah.
not for myself. I'm just standing in line.
Sure.
I've never seen anyone be asked for an ID
No.
to pick up any prescription because
No.
I don't know what they're getting
Right,
either. But
yeah.
they always ask any questions. No, but I've never seen anyone ask for an ID. Just is this you? And please pay us.
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then we're moving on. Okay, so maybe this story has a connection with that because not only is CVS putting a purchase on the amount of kids' meds and pain reliever that you can purchase, now there's a man down in Cranston. He's robbing CVS's in Cranston. There's a surveillance image. A guy wearing a black jacket, gray hat, backpack. He's going into the CVS on Atwood Avenue with a backpack, and then he fills up his backpack with stuff. Doesn't say what he's filling it up with. It just says loot. So that could be anything. And then walking out. He's linked to similar thefts at local CVS stores last month down in the Cranston area. So it makes you wonder if he's loading up on children's medication.
Whatever. No, I mean, for a while they were stealing baby formula.
I remember
Remember that? And
yes.
that wasn't for babies either. They were cutting the cocaine with that. Right.
Is that what they were doing with this? Jeez, wow. I'm so out of the loop on these things. All right, other things just going on. This is a sad story. But it happened up in Norwood, Massachusetts. Maybe, Ed, you heard about this because there's a worker from Dighton, Mass. Works up in Norwood and died of an industrial accident. They were working at an ammonia. There was an ammonia leak.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm like, no kidding. At the Home Market Foods facility, that's in Norwood, Massachusetts, Home Market Foods says 2 HVAC contractors were on the job at the plant when a pipe became severed.
Yeah.
And now the ammonia starts leaking out. They call the accident that killed this person sad and horrific. Said, quote, "Our hearts go out to the family." Is a 68-year-old man by the name of Richard Argan. He's from Dighton, Massachusetts, who just happened to be there and working on the stuff. And Linda, you're the registered nurse here. How fast can ammonia attack the human body?
Well, I'm not an expert in that for sure, but I mean, ammonia is very bad inhaled.
Yeah, inhaled, yeah.
Inhaled, and for an accident like that, a whole lot came out, and it was the fumes right away. You know? Yeah.
And so
It's respiratory.
Maybe they were wearing a mask, but
Yeah.
it probably didn't help as much
Yeah, I
as you
don't
thought
know
it's
if
going to. I think it's going to help.
Yeah. I don't know how long, but for an accident like that, a whole lot came out all at once.
Real quick, and who knows? Maybe they're in a small enclosed room,
Closed room.
and then it
sure.
just
No
fills up,
ventilation
no
in it.
ventilation,
Yeah,
and then
exactly.
now there's no more oxygen.
Exactly.
So
Yeah. No, that's a sad situation.
it is.
Yeah.
That's pretty bad. And ammonia smells terrible.
It does.
Oh, God.
It does.
I mean, when
well,
you're
that's
smelling
like,
ammonia.
smelling salts when people go
Oh,
out,
yeah, man.
right away.
Right.
It wakes you right up.
All right, we're going to take a break here in the Coffee and program. Once again, we invite you to call in comments or questions at 766-1240. But it's time for the weather forecast, which is being sponsored by Splash Sea Safely.
Sunny skies today with a high of 39 degrees and a breeze from the northwest. Tonight, mostly clear, overnight low of 21. Wednesday's weather sunny with a high of 40. Thursday, a chance of some rain in the afternoon, mostly cloudy skies all day and a high of 45. Thursday night, rain for sure. Friday, 100% chance of rain all day. High of 58, breezy. Southwest winds up to 55 miles per hour. Friday night, rain tapers off. Breezy. Overnight low of 19 degrees. Saturday, Christmas Eve day, mostly sunny with a high of 28. Christmas Eve night, mostly clear with an overnight low of 16. Then on Christmas Day, sunshine and 27, and on Monday, sunshine and 31.
Thanks, Dave. Currently outside the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio at the corner of Park Ave and Kennedy Street, sunny skies and 32 degrees. Clear your way this winter with Splash Premium Windshield Washer Fluid. It melts frost and ice like that. Find Splash Weather Repel at Walmart.
We hear a lot today about our society becoming depersonalized. We're no longer known by our names or faces, just a bunch of account numbers. Well, that may be true in some places, but not when it comes to our local business community. Today, more than ever, hometown merchants strive to give you the personal attention and service you deserve. No matter what you need, there's a hometown business anxious to help you, ready to go the extra mile for you. Find out for yourself. This holiday season, give a local business the opportunity to serve you. You'll be glad you did.
One of our great hometown merchants is Pepin Lumber, 830 Cumberland Hill Road, Woonsocket.
Hi, my name is Christopher Beauchamp. Join me in celebrating the 91st year for the Milk Fund at ON Radio, where we celebrate giving families in Woonsocket milk, a tradition that's been going on for 91 years. Join me in celebrating this auction for a great cause. Thank you.
Customers continue to rave about the wonderful experiences they have when they contact Countertops by Superior. One customer had this to say: "We had shopped around for nearly a year before we found Countertops by Superior. From the first visit, we knew this was the place. Great staff, fantastic showroom, quality installation. It's an absolute pleasure to cook in our new kitchen." Another customer had this to say about their bathroom remodel: "From start to finish, my experience with the owner was first rate. The finished product is beyond my expectations, absolutely gorgeous." So if you're considering new countertops for your bathroom or kitchen, you need to stop in to Countertops by Superior, 840 Cumberland Hill Road, Woonsocket today and take a look at the incredible variety of stone in the slab room, and have the experts at Countertops by Superior guide you through the installation process. They'll be happy to give you a free, no-obligation, all-inclusive quote. Visit them online at countertopsbysuperior.com.
Hi, everybody. This is Dave Richards, and among the items we'll put up for bid on the Tuesday Milk Fund Radio Auction are a beautiful glass and silver jewelry box, a wooden hanging sign of Woonsocket, plus gift cards from the Beef Barn, Burger King, Dunkin', Executive Auto Wash, Wright's Dairy Farm, Little General Stores, McDonald's, and Moonlight House of Wieners. So join me, Joe Callahan, and our special guest auctioneers, Ann Conway from the Museum of Work and Culture, and the Mayor of the great city of Woonsocket, Lisa Baldelli Hunt, for all the fun on the Tuesday Milk Fund Radio Auction from 4 to 5 here and only on ON Radio.
ON Radio.
Coffee Ann here on ON Radio. Yes, join us for the Milk Fund Auction coming up today at 4 o'clock. And this is Joe Callahan here along with Linda Tebow and Ed Carew. And I don't often feel bad for Providence Mayor Jorge Elorza. And but a couple of days ago he came out saying, crime is down and things are good in the city of Providence. I'm like, it's almost a kiss of death when he said when you say something like that, because then you know something's going to happen. Something happened, and a man was shot and killed in Providence. I'm like, he's got to be shaking his head. That was the 9th homicide of the year in the city of Providence. Man was shot and killed on Waverly Street about 8 p.m. on Monday. Let's see. The victim was 28 years old. They have not released his name. Police say it's unclear at this time whether the shooting was targeted, and they are continuing to investigate. They had another issue happen in Providence. See if I can find it real quick. Can I find it? No. Someone committed suicide in Providence. Jumped off a building. Jumped
Oh,
off
really?
jumped off one of the
I
hotels.
didn't see that. Whoa.
I
That's
think
serious.
that was that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see if I could. Could I find it real quick? Of course I can't. Yeah, man falls to death in apparent suicide. Here we go. Providence police investigating the death of a man who fell from an upper floor of a downtown hotel. Police say it appears the man took his own life jumping from a window on the 18th floor of the Graduate Providence Hotel. I think that's the Biltmore. Or what was the Biltmore?
It was the Biltmore. yeah.
Okay, it's the Graduate Providence Hotel. Before dawn yesterday, I think that was Monday actually. Authorities remind anyone wrestling with mental illness, call 988 is the mental health hotline. But I thought all windows in hotels, you couldn't open them up anymore. Unless you smash the window, I guess.
But you're right. I didn't think you could open windows
No.
in a hotel anymore.
I don't go to many hotels.
But for a long
but
time, you couldn't open windows in a hotel.
Yeah.
You know.
So.
Yeah, that's interesting.
So that's what's going on there. A couple of things, happening in Providence, and things are bad, or things are going to get bad. All right, if you're out, and you're out and you've had a couple of too many, and you're impaired driving, and then you hit a state police cruiser. I mean, how bad are things now going to get?
Not good.
Not good at all.
Not
And state police say 56-year-old Jay Pettit driving the wrong way on an exit ramp and collided. Oh, that one collided with another car. But there's another one where he hit a state trooper. And let's see, Route 95 crash. State trooper escaped injury when an impaired driver crashed into his police cruiser. Authorities say the trooper was outside his vehicle clearing debris from the roadway on Route 95 near Route 6 in Providence, and that's when a Chevy pickup crashed into the rear of his cruiser at a high rate of speed. Kurt Litaway of Fall River, arrested for DUI, possession of a controlled substance, and traffic violations as well. And do they have to pay for the repair of the car too? I guess his insurance will pick that up. And then they'll drop his insurance.
Then they will. Yeah, right.
And then he'll have to go to someplace else, and then you're going to pay an exorbitant amount of money now for your car
I think we're going to
insurance.
see more and more this time of year. Everybody's out
Yeah.
partying, celebrating. Get an Uber
And
or get a designated driver to.
I never understood people going the wrong way on the highway. Especially even if you're impaired, you got to try to do this.
Yeah, well, but when you're impaired, your judgment is not the greatest,
I know.
and you don't know where you're going.
True.
I mean, there is a big sign that says "Do not enter."
Wrong way.
Wrong way. Not here, please. But they
Well,
do it anyway. But this is the time of year that,
Yeah.
office parties, Christmas, all the parties and everything.
So we've had a couple of stories there of impaired driving, crashes happening. In relation to that, now they both said they weren't impaired. They didn't say how they were impaired.
Right.
But they are impaired. So what do we need? What does the state of Rhode Island need? We need a sixth, recreational marijuana dispensary store in the state. So it's been okay. It's been okayed. Well, this one's actually going to be a medical marijuana dispensary. It's going to be in South County, not way down by the beach. It's going to be in Exeter. Not much goes on in Exeter. There's just a lot of land out that way. But they are going to be able to. I guess it's already a medical marijuana dispensary. They're going to be able to sell recreational marijuana.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
And I love the names they come up with them. Sweet Spot Dispensary.
yeah.
Doesn't that sound
Mother
nice?
Earth. I like the one that Mother Earth.
Mother.
But Joe.
Yeah.
But yet, you have liquor stores on every corner.
Well, that's true.
So
Yep. So the in case you want to go to Exeter, this shop's going to open tomorrow.
yeah.
Yeah, just in time for
Yeah.
Christmas for those last-minute stocking stuffers.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
The dispensary is the sixth recreational one in the state, first one in South County. I didn't know that. I thought there was already one down there, but I'm wrong on that. So, all right. Well, that's what we need. More recreational marijuana dispensaries. So, all right. Anyway, So we're back to the Patriots. No, I'm kidding. No. Let's see.
Let me count the ways.
Did you see Ed? I don't know if it made the big news in Massachusetts, but the FTX guy,
Yeah.
the CEO.
Yep.
I didn't realize this before he got in trouble and was making a ton of money. He gave money to politicians.
Yes.
To both sides.
right.
Well, what? Yeah.
Well, I just found out that he gave one to my U.S. congressman. He just, I don't know if he represents Middleborough. I think he does. His name is Jake Auchincloss.
Auchincloss, yeah.
Does he represent Middleborough?
I don't think so.
I thought. Well, he does Mansfield, and he goes all the way down to Fall River. I didn't know if you were included in that town as well. But he also said he acknowledged, yes, I've gotten money from this guy, but he also says, I'm not giving any of it
No,
back.
he's keeping
I'm like,
it.
oh, you are.
He's keeping the money.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't like this guy anyway.
Yeah. No.
I wasn't a fan when he got elected,
Yeah.
and still not a fan of him. But anyway, so and then I saw our Ed and I's favorite senator from Massachusetts, Elizabeth Warren.
Oh, wow.
She was on a TV station in Boston. She answered a lot of questions. None of them had to do anything with the questions. She didn't get any money, although she did admit that she didn't take any money from this guy.
Yeah.
So she had nothing to give back. So then she goes, this doesn't affect her at all. I said, well, okay. I'm going to take you on your word for it that you didn't take money from the FTX guy. He was going to fight extradition, but now he's not.
He's not.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
They're going to bring him back. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
When's he coming back?
Well,
Any idea?
they have to file the
Yeah.
paperwork,
Yeah.
and it's
Down
gotta
in the
be
Bahamas?
Yeah.
Who approves that? The Bahamas?
approved. Yeah.
Yeah.
The U.S. government has to file the paperwork and
Yeah.
with them, and then they're going to approve it and send them over.
Okay.
He's been fighting.
He was
At first he
fighting
was
it,
fighting
yeah.
it.
Initially.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because he thought he could get bail in the Bahamas. And
And they
they
didn't
kept
give him any?
refusing bail.
Okay.
So he said, well, I'm going to go to the United States.
I can bail there.
I can get bail there.
Does he have enough money stowed away in crypto money? Does he have any real money to?
I don't know.
Post
I
the
don't,
bail?
I don't know too much about him,
No.
other than what we.
It sounds like he made real money.
Well, he did. Because those celebs and those sports people gave
Yeah.
him real money to
Real
try to
money
turn it
to-
into crypto money.
Yeah.
It wasn't a Ponzi scheme, was it? That he
Pretty
was
much.
doing? It was?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Pretty much.
I thought it was something else. It's just,
Well, it was fraud.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, there's still a lot that's going to come out about this. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
all right. I just thought it was interesting that I haven't heard any. Have you heard any other names, Ed, of a politician that he has given money to before all this started?
There were some. I can't think of who they were. This whole story stinks, in my opinion. You know. I mean, you know my opinion of
Yeah.
crypto.
Well, yeah, you
so,
think it's just
you know, I just
awful.
kind of like tune that out.
Yeah. Okay. Just keep an eye on it. I asked that of Tim Draper from Navigate Credit Union. I said, where's the credit union stand on this crypto thing? We don't do anything right now with crypto, but we watch it to see where it's going.
Well, yeah.
What's it doing? Do we have to start doing more with it? Not yet, but it's something that you got to keep an eye on.
Crypto is probably going to be used at some point, but there's got to be some regulations. See, the United States hasn't accepted it really and haven't made any regulations. The SEC doesn't want to make regulations because they say it's not a security. So it would be under the purview of this other department, and they say, "Well, no, it's not ours. We're not, we can't do that. It's not part of our purview either." And so like nobody wants to take responsibility for regulating it. So these guys move offshore. This guy's based in the Bahamas. There are
Sure.
there are others. So it would be better if they just regulate it because it's being used in other parts of the world. Unregulated, but is being used in other parts of the world.
Who should regulate it? Which
I don't know.
organization?
I don't know.
The banking industry or
Well, I don't know if it should be the banking industry.
SEC?
It sounds to me like it's an SEC thing, but they'd have to declare it to be a security.
But it's not.
Well, is it or isn't it?
Well, I don't know. Okay.
I mean, I don't know. I can't make that judgment.
Right.
But there are so many of them. Some of them, like Bitcoin,
Yeah.
is worth something.
Yeah.
But you get others like FTX put out his own. I think he called it FTT.
Did he? Okay.
Yeah, and then you get Elon Musk made a joke about something called Dogecoin, and people started buying that. And it has a value, but it's not backed by anything. There's a lot of them out there that are not backed by anything.
It sounds like gambling.
It's like, buy a Karoo coin,
Yeah.
you
Are you selling any?
No, I'm not. But that's kind of it. They just decide that they're going to invent this thing that's backed by nobody and has no
And
regulations.
you say this is what the value is.
Yeah.
And I say,
And then somebody else
I
says,
agree
"Well,
with it.
yeah, okay, I'll give you that." And the next guy says, "Well, I'll give you, more than that,
Yeah,
right? I'll give
yeah.
you, instead of 50 cents, I'll give you 75 cents,
Yeah,
for
for one
each of these
coin.
coins,
Okay.
And it gets crazy. And somewhere along the line, it's going to end up where nobody's going to get anything for them.
Right. Okay.
The greater fool theory.
Yeah. So more on that guy down in the Bahamas when he gets back to the United States like that.
Sammy boy.
I just thought it was interesting that the congressman from Mass. Yeah, I got money from him. I'm not giving any of it back.
Yeah, there was
okay.
there were quite a few of them.
Oh, okay.
Some of them are giving it back. Some of
Some
them
have-
are donating it to charity. And
Okay,
some
I
of them
can
are
see
keeping
that.
it.
Okay. All right, more coffee ads coming your way. Yeah, please stay tuned.
Did you know you can shop local this holiday season?
And ski and ride free till December 24th.
Shop at Mountainside Ski and Ride at Wachusett Mountain.
Spend $100 or more and get a free lift ticket good through Christmas Eve.
Located in a Wachusett Beach Lodge, Mountainside guarantees lowest prices.
Check us out on the web at wachusett.com.
Helping clients control success is what Bourget & Associates is famous for. Bourget & Associates, right here in Woonsocket, is a nationwide provider of a wide variety of due diligence and business financial consulting services. Their team of highly trained professionals focus on client service, and that sets them apart from their competition. Feel free to visit their website, bourgetgroup.com, to find out how Bourget & Associates can help your business. Bourget & Associates, a proud sponsor of the Milk Fund radio auction on ON Radio, and they wish you all happy holidays and a prosperous new year.
The holiday season is here, and this is a great opportunity to reflect on the special people that we have in our lives, which are our family and our friends. Take some time to enjoy this important time of the year to remember all that we have to be thankful for in our lives. This is Garrett Manseri on behalf of Manseri Real Estate. I can be there to help you through all your residential and commercial real estate transactions to make your new home or your new business open. Contact me at 401-651-1519. I wish you all a very happy holiday season and a prosperous and joyful new year.
You can depend on us for public service. ON Radio.
It is ON Radio. We're Coffee In here on ON, and I'm Joe Callahan here with Ed Carew and Linda Tebow. And the studies out of, and you probably already know this, but they do it every year anyway, people that are going to travel for the upcoming holiday, and if you're going to travel out of Logan Airport, they say get there early. Hey, we had to have a study on this. But they're actually saying, because the TSA tells you, oh, you should arrive, for domestic flights, you should arrive 2 hours before your flight. Give you plenty of time to get through security. Well, Logan Airport, they come out and said you really should arrive 2.5 hours early. So this is just for the Christmas time, New Year's holiday. Logan Airport is the 13th most important for travelers to arrive early. Must be up there with like Atlanta and O'Hare and
O'Hare.
Kennedy. And you don't like O'Hare?
No, O'Hare. Yeah, no. No.
No. I was at my O'Hare story. I was at O'Hare one time, and I had to get to. Whenever you land, you got to change planes. You always have to go to another terminal. But they had a shuttle that you could get on, and I'm looking at my watch, and I had about, I think, 40 minutes, and I could take the shuttle, or I could walk to the terminal. But I asked people. I said someone that had been there a little bit, and I said, well, "When's the next shuttle coming?" They said, "Well, we don't know." Well, how long have you been waiting? About 15 minutes. I said,
Stop walking.
I can't risk it.
Stop walking.
I started walking.
Yeah.
I never knew if they made it or not, but
Yeah.
I made it to my plane.
No, O'Hara's. When I was traveling a lot as a nurse, it seemed everything went through O'Hara, and it's so big. And
It's
you're
huge,
right.
yeah.
You land here, and you got to go way over there. Stop running. Stop running.
Atlanta's like that.
And then you have the weather too.
Oh, yeah.
How many times?
You
Yeah.
still going to O'Hare in
just-
the wintertime. It's
Yeah, not
it's
fun.
risky.
Not fun. Not fun.
But Atlanta has subways
Yeah.
to get from
Yes,
one
they
place
do.
to one
Yes,
place
they do.
they're
That's
so
that's
huge.
That's
Miami.
huge.
Yeah.
Atlanta.
Miami has trams.
Do they?
Yeah.
Or Orlando has trams
Yeah.
just to get you out of the terminal to get
Yeah.
to the main terminal.
Yeah.
But that's always nice because you go by and you see the palm trees. You're like, it's warm
Yeah,
outside.
it is. Yeah.
All right, so if you're flying out of Logan, give yourself 2.5 hours, which, you think about it, we got to get that early flight. Well, the flight leaves at 6.
God.
Oh, gee, well, wait a minute. Okay, keep backing up. Well, now I got to get there at 3:30.
Yeah.
So what time do you have to get up?
Yeah. Don't go to bed.
2.
Just stay up.
It's like, yikes. All right. That's why people sleep on the plane.
Yeah.
All right. Other interesting things going on. And this is in Massachusetts, up in Cohasset, which is just south of Boston. Man tried to barge into the Cohasset police station with a running chainsaw. They got him into custody. And after he barricaded himself in his home with his kids for hours.
Yes.
Wow. He entered the station in Cohasset yesterday, allegedly tried to cut through a security door before leaving and holding up inside his house. Oh, so they got him in his house. They didn't get him
did, yeah.
at the police station. All right. Standoff went on for hours, and at one point the man dangled his children from a second-story window. The children are safe. They don't say how old the kids are. Did you hear how old the kids might be, Ed?
You weren't like 16 or anything like
No,
that.
they must be like
were little.
2.
No, I looked older than that. Maybe
Yeah.
5 or 6, maybe
Yeah.
8.
Yeah.
And I think I know why he's doing it is to keep, don't shoot me, I'll drop the child or
Yeah.
something
Oh,
like
yeah.
that.
But
So
I mean, that's
put your
pretty
kids in-
sick. You hold
it
your
is.
own children hostage
That is-
like
that's
that.
Well,
that is pretty
apparently,
bad.
this guy
Yeah.
has a history of this type
Mental
of
issues.
I guess.
behavior, and
Yeah.
he was known to the police
Yeah.
to be a little bit off the wall.
Okay. Yeah, well, if you're showing up with a running chainsaw at the police station,
Yeah.
they're
Weapon
gonna-
of choice,
They're gonna
what?
notice.
Chainsaw.
And there weren't any police there because they were all out they were all out on patrol.
Well,
There
Cohasset's
was
a
only-
small town.
Yeah, so there
It
was
is.
only the girl
A dispatcher, and that's it.
Yeah, that's it. And she
Oh,
called 911. I hope it didn't ring on her next phone.
Hello.
Hello?
That is so funny. All right. Well, glad everyone ended up safe on that one. So, one of my all-time favorite movies of all time is the movie Jaws. You like Jaws?
Yeah.
You like Jaws?
It was,
You're okay
no,
with- no?
I was okay
No?
with it. I
Really?
found it very scary.
It's supposed to be.
Well, I know, but I don't like scary movies. So,
All right.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, the reason I bring it up, it's weird. My daughter's got just a bizarre sense of humor. She really roots for the shark in the movie, and the opening scene where the girl is swimming in the ocean. Mm-hmm. My daughter's like, I'm like, wasn't that frightening? And she's like, well, no. Well, why not? Well, she shouldn't be swimming at night. She deserved it.
There you go.
Really? She deserved to be eaten?
No, I don't think so.
So that's just the way she thinks. Anyways,
Shark was hungry.
yeah. Now, Steven Spielberg's classic movie has a number of lasting legacies, but there's one that Steven Spielberg says he regrets for making the movie. In a new interview with the BBC, Spielberg says he worries about the impact the movie has had on the shark population. I kind of agree with him on this. A study published by Nature showed the worldwide population of sharks and rays fell over 70% between 1970 and 2018. Jaws was released in June of 1975. The author who wrote the novel of the film is based on a said. This is terrible English. Wait a minute. The author who wrote the novel, the film is based on, said. I need punctuation. Said back in 2000. He also feels some responsibility for the negative impact on great white sharks, because if you watch the movie. And Peter Benchley, who
Yeah, I
wrote
was
the book.
going to say, isn't that Peter Benchley?
Yes, and Steven Spielberg. Sharks do not act like this. They don't have personal vendettas
Oh no.
against humans.
Yeah.
They don't travel alone. They usually travel in packs,
Yeah.
and they only eat when they're hungry. They don't eat out of spite.
No.
They're not like this, and they will not attack unless they're attacked first, obviously. But they won't attack for no reason. The only reason they eat is because they're hungry. So, so the movie's great and a lot of fun to watch. I enjoy it quite a bit, and there's some really funny lines in
Need a
Jaws.
bigger
which-
boat.
well, actually, that's not a funny line. That's a good That's a great
Well,
ad lib
That was an
line.
ad-lib,
That's
yeah.
a great ad lib line that Roy Scheider came up with. But the stuff with what's his name? Hooper, Richard Dreyfuss,
Yeah,
him and
yeah.
Robert Shaw.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
It's just great stuff on the boat, and Robert Shaw was drunk through most of the filming.
Yeah.
if you can't realize that. So just they're take it easy on the sharks.
Yeah.
And I hate that they show up at Cape Cod and people all freak out. Oh my God, what do? We do nothing. This is what they do. They're there to eat the seals.
Yeah.
Keep the seal population down. Stay away from the seals, and you won't get eaten by the sharks. Everything's fine. But no, we got to kill the sharks. No. All right. Here's something you also shouldn't do. This happened in New York City. A woman is accused of breaking into actor Robert De Niro's townhouse in New York City. Now, the cops say 30-year-old Shanice Aviles allegedly entered the Manhattan home early yesterday morning, stole Christmas gifts. De Niro was reportedly home at the time,
He was sleeping.
and he was not hurt. As Aviles was taken into custody at the scene. Police had reportedly been following her for a number of alleged robberies in the neighborhood over the past few weeks. They're tailing you. She reportedly has more than 24 past arrests, mainly for burglary.
Wow.
And he was home.
Wow.
It reminds me, there's a front page story on the call, and it's about an employee at AutoZone in Woonsocket. He was arrested for embezzling over $13,000 from the company over the last year. And the reason I bring it up is because I've worked in retail before, and in the management part where all the managers get together and say, "Watch this guy, because he's stealing." And we go and we've told the police, and now they're watching him. They don't know that we know this, and that's what happens with a lot of these burglaries. They get they steal something, they get away with it, and nothing's happened. So we do it again, and they steal something, and nothing happens, and they think they've gotten away with it, when in actuality we're just building a case against them, and they don't realize that part. And so this guy stole up to $13,000. He said he found some kind of flaw in the cash register system where he was able to return things, and then he pocketed the money. I don't quite know what the flaw is in the cash register system, which is basically just a computer now.
Right. Yeah.
So that's and he confessed to all this. He found the flaw and was able to return stuff and then pocket the cash for himself. When I worked at it, that's not what they were doing. They were mostly stealing product and that kind of thing, and got away for a little while, and got away from it for a little while, and but now we noticed when things are being stolen, where they're being stolen from,
Who's working? Yeah.
who's working that day, and so you just start watching it, and you write it down, you keep passing it on to the police, and now they come in undercover, and they're watching you, and you don't realize that they're watching you, and then bang, they make the arrest when you're walking out to your car. And they just nail you. So I don't know if this guy was arrested walking out to his car, but anyway, I think they actually asked him to stop into the police station. And we have a few questions. You want to stop by? And he said, and if you got to read the article, he said, "Yes, I will," and then didn't. And so, okay, we're gonna go find you, and they did. And he has he fessed up to the whole thing, which is now going to be tough because now you got to pay back the $13,000, which he has probably spent. I don't have $13,000 to give back. Well, now this is an issue, isn't it?
Yes.
That you're going to have to come up with. All right. So what else? One other thing I want to bring up that's going on. NASA has located. They have pinpointed the coldest spot on Earth. It is not Ed's heart. So you should be happy about that, Ed. Okay. Using NASA Earth satellites, researchers discovered a high ridge on the East Antarctic Plateau as the lowest temperature on the planet. NASA said temperatures at the spot can get as low as 135 degrees below zero. I believe that is Fahrenheit, on a clear winter night. That revelation comes as a big portion of the U.S. still feels its own Arctic blast this week. Some regions of the country will see wind chills fall to somewhere between 30 and 60 below thanks to the winter storm system. But we don't get down to negative 135 or 135 degrees below zero. Yeah, that's negative 135. That's chilly. That's chilly, folks. You can't stand outside too long in that cold weather without something freezing. Mostly your skin.
That one needs more than a blankie.
Really?
More than a blanket, right?
When skin freezes, Linda, can it be rejuvenated?
No.
I mean, you talk about like
not if
frostbite.
Not,
kind of
not
thing.
really. If it's
No?
frostbite,
It's
no,
just-
that's
it's
why
just
you,
dead and
That's
it's
why,
gone?
yeah.
Wow. Okay. You ever seen any frostbite cases come into Landmark when you were there?
No.
No?
No.
That's good.
No.
It's not pleasant.
No.
All right. Very good. We've come to the end of the program. We thank you very much for listening in, everyone. Ed Crew, thanks for coming in. Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas to you and to Linda and to all of our listeners.
Very good. And Linda, Merry Christmas to you.
And
Thanks for
Merry
coming in.
Christmas to you and your family, and to you, Ed and Jane.
Thank you very much. Stay tuned for the Blackstone Valley Prevention Coalition. It's coming up next, followed by the Do You Remember program with Gary Smith and the crew. Milk Fun Auction tonight at 4.
Broadcasting live and local daily from the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio at the corner of Park Avenue and Kennedy Street. This is WOON Woonsocket Radio. And now, the news.
Police in Providence are investigating the death of